Welcome back to another journey into science and philosophy. So far, we've explored the mysteries of nothingness, the paradoxes of time, and the limits of the cosmos. But today, we'll look inward into the most mysterious place of all, the human mind. We'll ask three questions. Why are we self-aware? Could we ever upload a human mind into a computer? And do we truly have free will, or is it just an illusion? Let's begin with the most fundamental question. Why do we even experience consciousness? Part 1. Why are we self-aware? Close your eyes for a moment. You don't disappear. You're still aware of yourself. You know you are you. But why? This is the hard problem of consciousness. Science can describe how neurons fire, how brain regions light up, how signals travel. But none of that explains why there is a feeling inside. Why does matter arranged in a certain way suddenly generate experience? You might ask, couldn't consciousness just be an illusion? Some scientists argue exactly that awareness is just the brain reporting its own activity. But even if it were an illusion, it's still our illusion. Illusions themselves are experiences. Others propose that consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, like space or time. This idea is called panpsychism, the belief that even the tiniest particles have some spark of awareness. Most scientists are skeptical, but it shows how far we are from an answer. For now, consciousness remains one of the deepest mysteries, the universe looking back at itself, through us. But this raises a new question. If consciousness comes from the brain, could we one day copy it into something else? Part 2. Can the human mind be uploaded into a computer? Imagine scanning every neuron in your brain, every connection, every chemical signal. Could we transfer that map into a computer and recreate you? This idea is called mind uploading. It's a popular theme in science fiction, from digital immortality to simulated worlds. But is it possible? Technically, we're nowhere close. The human brain has about 86 billion neurons and trillions of connections. Mapping all of that with perfect accuracy is far beyond today's technology. Even if we could, another question arises. Would the upload really be you? Suppose we copy your brain into a machine. The digital version wakes up, thinks like you, remembers your childhood, your friends, your favorite music. But is that really you, or just a copy that believes it is you? Meanwhile, your biological self still exists. This leads to a strange thought. Maybe uploading creates a twin, not a transfer. You wouldn't feel immortal, only your copy would. Still, advances in neuroscience and AI are slowly bringing us closer to this possibility. Already, we can simulate tiny networks of neurons. Already, AI can mimic human speech, creativity, and reasoning. Maybe one day, the line between brains and machines will blur. But if that happens, we'll face another old question. Do we really control our choices at all? Part 3. Do we really have free will? Every day, we make decisions. What to eat, what to say, whether to keep watching this video. It feels like we are in control. But are we? Neuroscience suggests it may not be so simple. In experiments, scientists have measured brain activity seconds before a person makes a conscious decision. In other words, the brain decides before you become aware of the choice. You might ask, so is free will just an illusion? Some scientists say yes, our sense of freedom is the brain writing a story after the fact. But others argue that this doesn't kill free will. It just shows that much of our decision-making happens below awareness. Philosophers debate three main views. 1. Determinism. Every choice is caused by prior events, leaving no room for freedom. 2. Libertarian free will. We truly can choose otherwise, independent of past causes. 3. Compatibilism. Even if everything has causes, free will is about acting according to our desires, not being forced. The truth may be somewhere in between. Our biology, our environment, our unconscious brain, they all shape us. But within those limits, perhaps we still carve out space for freedom. Outro. So today we looked inside the most mysterious object in the universe, the human mind. Why are we self-aware? No one truly knows. It may be the hardest problem in science. Can we upload our minds? Perhaps in the future, but questions of identity remain. Do we have free will? Maybe not as much as we think, but maybe enough to matter. The cosmos is vast and full of mysteries, but the greatest frontier may be the one inside our skulls. And perhaps the real paradox of consciousness is this. The brain is studying itself, trying to understand the very thing that is asking the questions.